A warning to Workhorse Stock investors. Now don't worry guys, I'm not here to try and scare anyone. In fact, I want to do quite the opposite, and I want to warn you about some of the points that people are going to use to try and scare you away from Workhorse Stock relatively soon in my opinion. What is happening investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. Look, I got the clothing line to prove that fact. And today we are speaking about the one, the only, the Workhorse Stock. So on this channel, you guys know that when it comes to Workhorse, I mean, I come in with that information. We cover everything to do with this company, and there's a few things I want to cover today. So as always, we're going to cover price action, but we'll come back to that later. I didn't call this video a warning to Workhorse investors for no reason. So I want to speak about what EV stocks have been doing lately, because if you've been in the stock market for more than 3.5 minutes, you'll know that this is not normal. These are all EV related stocks, and look at some of those upward movements. And as always, I'm recording this pre-market, and again, insane movements, disgusting movements. The only company that's red is Hyliion. I mean, who even cares about Hyliion anymore? Next thing is this Fuzzy Panda, a good friend of ours on the channel, okay? 19 hours ago released a tweet. We've added to our Workhorse short. Soon enough we will let everyone know why. Probably because they're at all-time highs and you've been getting no attention for a while. Also, this article from Investor Place, Workhorse management fumbled, losing $84 million in 90 days. Sounds really scary. It's not whatsoever. Some more insider selling, yet again from the man we all now know of as Samuels H. Benjamin. We've seen this guy quite a few times at this stage. Again, in my opinion, nothing to worry about, but we will get into it. They're the main things. Now I also want to speak about the short volume ratios, what's been happening over the last few days, why it actually looks quite good for us. And then one thing that's not a warning, but I still may as well include in this video, is this. Workhorse has now acquired their shares from Lordstown Motors to the tune of nearly 16.5 million shares. So my friends, right before we get into the video, can I please ask you to hit that juicy like button? Drop me a comment down below, let me know what you think about Workhorse as of right now, because the price action's been immense. And please my friend, if you are new around here, hit that juicy red subscribe button. We've been growing like crazy these last few days. We're up like 4,000 subs in 4 days. That's immense. And if you're interested in joining my private Discord community, hit that first link in the description, baby. You get access to all of my buy and sell alerts. The last stock I bought is up pretty much 100%. The one before that's up over 25%. It's juicy. And if you want 4 free stocks valued up to $1,600, if you want literal free money, click the second link in the description, sign up to Webull and deposit $100. It's that simple. So let's just start it off with the price action, because a few things that I called have happened. The better case scenario, certainly. Right, so essentially I said if we break through the $23 mark with lots of momentum, we're going up towards 26. Reason I had 26 in mind was because there was a little gap here. You see a little teeny gap right here. What's really interesting is there's another little gap here. I don't know the odds of that happening. It's very weird. I said if we can go through there with momentum, I'm looking towards $28 because we had a lot of price action here, and then ultimately I'm looking towards all-time highs, baby. I'm looking to break through the 30, 50 mark. So it's been absolutely insane. Okay, the buying pressure has been crazy, but this has been the case for pretty much all of the big EV plays right now. I mean, you want to talk about Workhorse, we went up about 12% yesterday. SPE went up 30%, XPEV 33%, Neo 12%, Li Auto 15% nearly. Arrival nearly 50%. So this price action is obviously awesome. It's really cool right now. We're all making loads of money. My portfolio has gone up so much in the last week. It's insane. So this is the first warning I want to put out there, okay? A lot of you guys like me are really heavily invested in EV, and we are all living the dream right now. We're making so much money every day. It feels a little bit dirty. Understand this doesn't last forever. Remember only a month ago and we were all losing loads of money? Well, maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago at this stage, but we were all losing loads of money every day. That was an overcorrection, and I think this is a little bit of an overcorrection. Not for Workhorse in particular, but for all EV companies. So just be aware of that. Now, I'm not going to tell you when I think the stocks are going to start going back down. I thought they were going to start going back down a few days ago, in all honesty. They haven't. I'm alright with that. I would rather a really big overcorrection so that maybe the normal correction could be a bit smaller. We could hold on to some more of our gains. Now, I don't want to go through any more price action till towards the end of the video. So the next thing I want to speak about is Fuzzy Panda showing their face on Twitter again. You guys are probably aware Fuzzy Panda released a short report on Workhorse a while ago. When they did that, Workhorse actually shot up in value. It was quite humorous. I was included in that short report. They accused me of being paid by Workhorse on Lordstown Motors, which I am not. It was actually pretty good because I got to clear my name very easily, and a lot of people actually supported me, so Fuzzy Panda helped me out, so thank you guys. But at the end of the day, short reports are never a good thing, you know. They may not really harm a company, but they're not a catalyst. They're not a good thing. We're not going to bed at night saying, I hope there's a short report on Workhorse tomorrow. So all they did was say they've added to their short. Soon enough we will let everyone know why. Last time it didn't really have much of an effect, but we'll see what they have to say. What I will say, guys, is I don't think many people at all take these guys seriously after their last report. I mean, some of the things they said in it was ridiculous. Some of their grammar was absolutely terrible. They attacked YouTubers for their disabilities. It wasn't a very good report. But still, just be aware of this, because when a lot of, negative things happen at the same time, it can of course lead to a sell-off. It can of course lead to, some weaker hands selling out. Now I want to speak about this article from Investor Place, okay? So keep in mind, articles on Investor Place are written by one person. This person in particular is Thomas Young. So Workhorse management fumbled, losing $84 million in 90 days. Ooh. So they posted a record $84 million loss. That should have stunned investors. The company could have manufactured its entire 2021 production volume of 1,800 vehicles, dumped them into the ocean, and still lost less money. Needless to say, it's a massive warning flag for the future of Workhorse stock. Yes, if you don't understand what happened whatsoever. If you look at the realistic loss we incurred, okay, our cost of goods, our selling general and administrative, and our research and development, that equates to about $10.4 million. The rest of it was from interest expense. There is literally no point in comparing this to the same period of last year. Literally could not be less. The significant increase in interest expense was almost exclusively due to a change in fair value of the company's convertible note. This is something the company does at this stage of the life cycle that Workhorse is in. Look guys, I'm not going to sit here and say that Workhorse is the most proven company in the world. They're not. My last interview with Steve Schrader, CFO, he said himself they shouldn't get credit until they produce. And that's fair, but when you're at this stage of your life cycle, things like this happen, things like this need to be done. So the next warning, guys, is always be willing to think for yourself, always form your own thoughts and opinions, and don't take everything at face value. Don't take everything I have to say at face value either. Form your own thoughts and opinions, please. That is literally the biggest lesson you are ever going to learn on my channel. I find this funny. The author of this speaks about how convertible notes are a poor way to raise capital. Now, they used Tesla for an example, saying they issued convertible notes in 2019 after its shares dropped considerably. Yeah, it didn't really work out for Tesla, did it? I mean, they're only up over 1100% since then. He used this example in his own report. This isn't me going out and doing research finding the best example of a company using convertible notes. This is the one he decided to use. Bank of America as well. They're obviously up nowhere near as much. They're probably still about 100% at least, but still. So this is when a company's price is low. Now they go on to say when a company's stock price is high, management should avoid using these like the plague, and that is again completely untrue. Completely untrue. In July, the company issued 70 million of convertible notes after its shares had jumped from about $3 to $15. That mistake cost the company dearly. No, it didn't. There would have been so much more share dilution if they did it at a cheaper price. So Workhorse stock investors should be enraged. Shares had only risen 30% in the 90 days between the convertible shares issuance and extinguishment, but High Trail Capital, the buyer, walked away with 71% return. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but that seems completely fair. They're the company who bought the convertible notes. They didn't buy common stock. So again, guys, just form your own thoughts and opinions. Understand what's happening. Always be objective. I understand I also may have a different thought process than you in regards to the issuance of new shares, but I have made my stance on this clear on the channel so many times in the past. It's not necessarily a bad thing in my eyes, whether the company is issuing them at a lower price or a higher price. Now, the next thing that always scares everybody is some executive selling some shares. This is how these guys make money. This is how these guys get paid. If I was this guy, I'd be more than happy to sell some shares as well. Sold about 100,000 shares, okay? On November 9th, 2015, Samuel's 2012 Children's Trust UAD acquired a stock purchase warrant to acquire 428,000 shares of common stock. On December 4th, they acquired more, yada yada yada. The convertible notes held by the trust were automatically converted into 571,429 shares of common stock. Furthermore, down the line, there was more bought. $757,680 or $5.28 per share. The trust got a lot of shares at $5.28 a share. They've made so much money. It's fantastic. I mean, yeah, they're going to sell some. I mean, that's a lot of money. The stock's gone up an awful lot. This is how the executives get paid the large majority of their money, guys. Stock compensation. And he's going to come into more shares very soon, I'm sure. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I've made kind of full videos on insider selling in the past. It doesn't worry me at all. But again, you are going to see the media use this against Workhorse without a doubt in my mind, and they're not going to explain to you why executives do this. It's because they like having realized gains at times. Still owns close to 400,000 shares. Now, short volume, I don't have information for yesterday, but as of Friday, look at this. Short volume went up Total volume went up absolutely massively. Short volume ratio is only at 14.32. Not too long ago, it was literally in the 30s. The bulls have quite clearly taken over momentum here. All you have to do is look at the stock chart to see that, my friends. So when we compare the short volume ratios, it looks like there was some sort of a short squeeze. That's why it's so unhealthy price action wise. You may have remembered not too long ago I was saying I was hoping we were actually going to trade sideways and actually come down a little bit and continue this trend. But that's not what happened. I don't know if they just decided to walk away with whatever losses they had or if they got margin call, blah, blah, blah. Either way, we have shot up in value. And the last thing, we all know that Workhorse owns a pretty much 10% stake in Lordstown Motors. They're also going to be getting compensated on the first amount of vehicles sold. So Workhorse just acquired 16,478,402 shares. The stake was estimated at nearly $285 million based on November 6th closing price. Since the 6th of November, Lordstown Motors have gone on a pretty much 60+% run, including the after hours right now. So it is actually now closer to $500 million. That's pretty juicy if you ask me. So guys, now I want to come back to the price action. So we have all of this in mind. We're on this beautiful run, okay? Every EV stock is just shooting up in value with every single day that passes. Workhorse is up about 2.15% pre-market as of recording this. I mean, we are getting extraordinarily close to all-time highs. And in general, I would be saying I would expect a pullback. Maybe we'll hit a double top and then we'll come back down. But right now, it's the broader EV market that's moving, guys. It's not so much the individual companies. So yeah, of course, I'm still looking up here. I'm looking at those all-time highs and I'm wondering, are we going to hit them? It's going to be pretty cool if we do. Are we going to break through them, go up, maybe retest and make a new all-time high? Or are we going to just bounce straight back off them and come back down and test here, or come back down and fill in this gap at 25? What I will say, guys, is there's not been a lot of price action here. I don't think any of these blue lines I've laid out here can be considered support or resistance yet. Potentially 2280 could be considered a solid line of support, but even that one's questionable. A lot of people are asking me when I think the sell-off is going to happen, and guys, I do not have an answer. I really wish I did. Honestly, I thought the sell-off was going to happen a couple of days ago. I didn't think this breakout was going to happen so quickly. I thought it was going to take a little bit longer. So I thought the sell-off was already going to have started. I'm not going to try and predict it. I'm not going to try and time the market. As it is, I'm just holding my shares anyway. I'm not day trading this. I'm not swing trading it. I'm certainly not selling if we hit all-time highs or if we come back down to 20 or wherever we come back down to. I think at this stage, everybody knows I'm long-term in Workhorse, baby. I'm holding these guys. I've held them through the good times, through the bad times. It's been a beautiful, beautiful journey. So, of course, the main price points I am looking at are those all-time highs. I'm looking at about 30 to 31. I also have my eyes on this gap because it's really weird. It's really, really weird, which is at about $26. And then the next price point I'm looking towards would be that 23. But hopefully, you know, we just go up to the moon. Hopefully we just hit $250 a share today. Why not? Let's just do it. Well, guys, if you have watched this video all the way till the end, you, my friend, are a true legend, and I really do appreciate you being here from the bottom of my heart. If you did enjoy, took some value, please hit that like button. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the video, what you think of Workhorse, and of course, subscribe if you're new and want more content like this. And again, if you're interested in joining that private Discord community, hit that first link in the description. Sign up to my Patreon. You get my buy and sell alerts, access to over 40 private chats, and there's nearly 500 of us in there now. It's an awesome community. And again, if you want 4 of those free stocks, just sign up to Webull, deposit $100. Second link in the description. Really is that simple. But anyway, my friends, I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. I will see you for another video very soon. Peace.